together. I helped raise them. That's why I took the credit card.
I have nothing to do with that. No, you're my husband. First of all, I want to know. No.
What that got to do with anything?
It has a lot to do with it because you took my credit card. We did not have a discussion. Like, I want to know, why did you take my credit card to go buy some other kids?
Oh,
yes, I do. Yes, I absolutely I do. Yes, I do. I have the video because I need to know. I don't care.
So you want to embarrass us like this in front of everybody? And put it on the video camera?
At this point, you should be embarrassed.
I shouldn't be embarrassed or nothing.
Yes, because
we're married.
Why would you do that? Hold on. Let me get this correct. You're not obligated to buy another woman who you used to date her children toys. You're not obligated to do that.
Right. No.
What makes you feel like you have a right to do that and then take my credit card to buy I have nothing to do with that.
Katina, it's our credit card. Just because it's your credit card, we are married. So that means it's our credit card.
So you're going to be disrespectful like that and spend my money, our money, on some other kids?
It ain't no some other kids, Katina. They once was in my life. Once upon a time, that was my ex and her children. They don't know their father. Their father is locked up and incarcerated. So I bought them kids.
Well, I know one thing. You better run me back my money. You better put that money.
What do you mean? You better run back the money. You don't even sound right. I don't want to hear no more of this. Talking about this.
No. You better put my money. Don't walk away from me when I'm trying to have a conversation with you. Make sure you put my money back on my card.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think that once he give her the money back, do you think the issue will be solved?
No. I think this is going to be something that comes up frequently in their relationship, about what he did. Like she says, it's the disrespect. It's not the communication. So it's clear that they have issues about other things in their relationship, in their marriage. That he makes decisions and maybe not talk to her about it. This seems to be something that happens more than once. So I don't think that'll solve it.
Do you think if the money was his and he did it without telling her, do you think that the issue would be resolved?
No, she still would have a problem that he's taking money out of the household and spending it on somebody else. The whole issue is a problem for her. It's not just that he took her credit card. It's the fact that she feels he took money from them to do for his ex's kids. So no, it won't solve the issue because, when he said, their dad, and she said, I don't want to hear nothing about that. So she doesn't care about the kids at all in this instance. It's not like she has any feelings towards these kids as human, being a human being, as especially being a woman. Those instincts are not kicking in for her. All she is looking at is the green-eyed monster, is that you've taken money from us to do for your ex's kids. And so she equates that clearly as doing for your exes. She's taking the kids completely out of the picture.
So when you meet a woman with children, a single mother, as a man, and we all consider that a package deal. You're supposed to care for the children just like you love the woman, right? Or do you supposed to treat those children like they're your own? Do you supposed to love them regardless if you love their mother?
Well, that's the ideal situation. Any woman would think that's the way it's supposed to be done. If the relationships with the man and the kids is a respectful, decent relationship, and he cares for that woman, ideally that woman wants that man to care for her children. That just shows, that he has deep affections for her and feelings for her, because her kids are an extension of who she is. So yes, you would want that man to care about your kids. I don't know, there are some women, but I would say, 99.5% of all women would not want to date a man if they had kids and that man did not care for their kids.
So you would say that, or I should ask the question, would you say the love for the children is contingent on the love for the mother?
It shouldn't be, but even in life, in relationships where that is that man kid. some men tend to act that way. If they done with the woman, they walk away from the kids and never look back on the kids either. And
Do you
that be their
think
biological kids.
would he be considered a respectable man if he only loved the kids based on his love for the mother?
Oh no,
So
not at all.
that wouldn't be a good man.
No,
You wouldn't
not to
consider
me.
him a good man.
No, not at
Okay.
all.
Okay. So now in this situation, the guy has met a woman, which is his ex. She had children. He loved those children, cared for those children as if they were his own, and they no longer are together. And he meets a woman that, by all means, she basically wants him to be done with the whole family completely.
Mm-hmm.
So as a man, would you think that he was not a man if he decided to say, "Hey, I'm with her. I'm not going to buy the children no gifts. I'm not going to communicate with the kids. I'm done with them." Do you think that would be a respectable man? Is that somebody that you would date or you would want to
Um,
be with?
no, I don't think that. No, for sure, I wouldn't date with him. I wouldn't date him. But I think too that all that should have been established up front. Like when he got involved with his current wife, he should have told his current wife, "Hey, I have stepkids," or I wasn't married to the woman, but I was in those kids' life, and they are a part of me. So I still, do things for them periodically. If they ask me to come to an event or something, I show up. So if that's a problem for you, I need to know up front. I think the cards should have been put on the table initially.
I mean, it's because it's easy to say that, "Hey, man, them ain't none of your kids. You need to move on." You know, that's crazy. Why you over there taking care of the other that lady's kids, your stepkids? But when you look at it, because some dudes get in a relationship with women with children, and the children, they go in with intentions that the children are gonna, be just like his. And when it doesn't work out, and they have to go their separate ways, then if the man, I mean, because the man may be like, "Okay, I'm going my separate ways," and the kids may be like, "Hey, man, we still look at you as a father. We still do this. We still do that." And hey, I'm graduating. I'm having a birthday party. Christmas come around. The kids may look at him as somebody that I don't have nobody. So you was in my mama life, and we had dinner together. We went places together. We did things together. You gave me advice. You chastised me when necessary. You gave me a guidance. So now, just because you with my mother, you and my mother broke up. Well, you didn't break up with me. You ain't never did nothing to me, and I ain't never did nothing to you. So is it wrong for them kids to ask for something from that guy, even though they're not with his mother? And
Of
is it
course, it's
wrong for
not
him to
wrong.
give them something, even though he's not with her?
Of course, it's not wrong. I just think boundaries have to be established up front when you're in that situation. Because just think about this: what if the man was previously married to that woman who had those kids, and it wasn't his kids, but he helped raise? The marriage didn't work, and say he adopted those kids. So by law, he is those kids' father. What will you say then? Are you going to have a problem? Because still the same thing remains. They're not biologically his kids. So I think there needs to be some kind of understanding from a woman when you get involved with a man who has held that responsibility in the lives of those kids. But I think the man needs to make sure those boundaries are set up front and they're discussed up front so that he can make a clear decision on if that's the partner for him, because, we're so quick to throw the stone when we're thinking selfishly and we feel like we're disrespected. But if those were your kids who didn't have anything for Christmas, their dad is locked up, that man was the only man that they knew, in their lives in that manner, how would you feel?
Well,
See,
a lot of people don't think like that because they feel like it's not me and it never will be me.
yeah,
So,
but you have
you
to
know
do
how
that.
that go.
Hmm.
Um, as far as the young lady is concerned, what do you think about her? Do you think it's somebody that he should continue being with, or is that a big red flag, or is it something that you think that they could work out? Is it something that's serious? Is it a serious issue? What you think about that?
Well, it depends on how the woman feels. She is his wife. So it depends on how important her marriage is, how much she loves that man, and how much she wants this to work. Is this one incident worth giving up your whole marriage over? You know, to me, no. I mean, really, it's like your whole marriage you're going to base on this one indiscretion. To me, this is something that clearly could be talked about. They can sit down and he can decide, how he's going to pay the card. Who knows? The man may already pay the bill on the card. I don't know, but there's some underlying issues to me to make her react that way, as if though he spent used her card to buy things in the past or something is going on, because why would you even question a purchase that your husband makes, if
Yeah,
it's something y'all do, if it's
that's a good question. This is something I noticed too. Now, it says the wife's credit card. She said it's my credit card, but
Mhm.
when he responded, he said, "Well, we're married. It's our
Wow.
credit card." So she sees it as, okay, you're taking my money. So it went from being we're us to an individual thing.
Mhm. Mhm.
And I think that he shouldn't have been doing that in the first place.
Mhm.
You shouldn't even be doing that.
Mhm.
Okay, if you want to buy them kids something, don't involve her in that. Uh, because she's gonna feel some kind of way. Should she? That all has to do with the person, individual, how they feel about certain things. But you shouldn't even put her where she could even feel some kind of way, because most likely she probably was going to do it anyway. She probably was going to feel some kind of way. And
No
I don't
matter,
know if
no
it was a
matter
joint
how.
account, but it's not like, I guess it was a joint account. I mean, maybe
It
that
was
was
a
just
credit card.
it was her
Her.
credit card that she was using or whatever for her.
Mhm.
So,
So,
that's
but the
very
bottom line, here, it wouldn't have mattered even if he would have took his money and bought it, because she still see it as he taking money from their household. She said that you're
mhm.
taking, when he pointed out to her that we're married, and so everything we have is equally shared, because women are quick to say what's yours is mine. So he made it clear to her what's yours is mine, because we are a couple. So it doesn't matter that the card is solely in your name. We are married. So therefore, it's our card.
So
And so it wouldn't have mattered if he took, say he would have had his own credit card, or he would have took money out the bank and brought it cash that he worked for. She still says, so you're taking money from our house to spend on her kids, those kids. So either way it would have went, she still would have feel that he's taking from her to give to those kids. And that's the problem. She does not want him taking from them in no manner, whether it would have been his money or whether it was her card. The bottom line for her is you shouldn't be doing it. That's where she is with that.
yeah, yeah,
That's where her
I
bottom
gotta
line
agree
is.
with you on. I gotta agree with you on that. I
That's the
gotta
bottom
go.
line.
And guys, let me tell you something. I'm gonna be quite frank with you. Listen, man, if you want to be a stand up guy, then you can't play both sides of the fence. If you not gonna be all the way in with them kids, and you say, well, I don't want to be with, just don't be messing with women with kids. If that's your standard, don't deal with women with kids, single mothers. Don't deal with them. Just don't, because you know you ain't gonna, how you deal with the kids is contingent on the mama. But on the other side, if you do decide to be with a woman with kids, then man, this what you're gonna have to see it all the way through. If you want to consider yourself a stand-up guy and have some kind of morals and value, you put yourself in this here, so you need to stand in it and be in it. Mm-hmm. That's how I feel about it. Either way, man. Either way. Either way. If you're gonna take on the ideas, it's like, man, I don't deal with single mothers. Period. Then stay with that. That's fine. Ain't nobody got nothing to say. But if you go the other way, then guess what? When you and a woman split up, and then the kids ain't going nowhere, because you're supposed to be treating them like they're your own. Because if the shoe was on the other foot and you was a little child, and because children is emotional, and they put their feelings, they attach themselves to somebody and things all the time. People. That's what children do. Adults do it too, but children do it more than adults. So they take you on as a father figure. That ain't gonna go nowhere. Just because you leave their mama, they're gonna be looking to you as a father, because they put hope in you, they put trust in you, and that's the way it is, man. So that's where I'm at with it.
Yep, and that's 100% right. That's the way the kids see it. And I think sometimes as adults, we need to remove our own feelings and think about the children in some incidents. Sometimes, for me, especially Christmas, birthdays, kids, holidays, those things are for kids. So we need to remove ourselves as adults and say, because how many of us donate to all these causes around Christmas time for to help kids get gifts? So what is it to give some kids that you know are in need, and there's a personal relationship with those kids? I don't, me personally, if I would have been her, I would not have had a problem with it. If it did not harm us, or put us out on the street, or have our lights off, or something that jeopardized our way of life, I wouldn't have had a problem with it. I just think what he should have told her up front is, this is a part of his life. This comes with me. No, this is the way it is. I was in their lives. I'm going to be in their lives. If you want to date me and move forward with me, then this is what comes with me. And there are a lot of men that stay intent on that. Those relationships ends, those marriages end. But when they get involved with the next woman, not only do they tell her, they introduce those kids to her, so she can have a clear understanding. I am still somewhat responsible for these kids, and I feel obligated to see them through life. And I just think that's all that it is. And let the woman make the decision. You make the choice, whether, just like you say, like the men make the choice, that whether they want to deal with women with kids, the women can deal with a man, make the choice if she want to deal with a man who still feels obligated to help the kids that he stepped in for. And so you make the decision. And I just think that's what he should have done. And it clearly seems from this incident, he did not ever tell her that he still played a part in their life.
Man, I tell you what, man, it's always some shit going down at the Waffle House. Boy, Lord have mercy.
He better run her money.